Navigate home.
Getting directions to home.
This is Pioneer's AVH200EX. This is an in-dash AM/FM CD and DVD player with a 6.2-inch touchscreen. It's got multicolor illumination, a 13-band graphic EQ, and built-in Bluetooth for both hands-free calling and wireless streaming audio. Let's take a look and see what's in the box. Okay. First off, we have the wire harness here, and we'll use the wire harness to connect the power and ground and speakers and other connections to the vehicle. Next up, we have some installation screws. There's a bag of install screws. Next, we have the USB extension, and the USB extension here is used because the USB port is on the back of the in-dash receiver, and we'll use this to bring that USB port up into the passenger compartment. Next up, we have the Bluetooth microphone. Now the Bluetooth microphone here comes on a wire about 10 feet long or so for very flexible installation. Then we have the warranty card. And lastly, we have the quick start guide. And you can download a complete copy of the owner's manual in a PDF form right to your phone. All right, let's get the in-dash receiver up out of here. The front panel of the AVH200EX has our volume controls right here, and just below the volume is the mute button. In the center here is the home button. This will take you out to the home screen, and we have the display button just below it for switching off the display. And on the bottom left, we have our track advance and radio station advance buttons here. Here's the eject button, and the CD and DVD slot are across the top. You'll do most of your interaction with the in-dash receiver on the 6.2-inch touchscreen. On the back panel of the AVH200EX, we start here with the USB port, and please remember we include a USB extension in the box so you can bring that USB port up into the passenger compartment. The yellow jack right here is video output, and the brown jack right below it is our dedicated backup camera input. Right here is the audio and video auxiliary input, and here we have 3 sets of RCA outputs for operating external amplifiers. They are front, rear, and subwoofer output. On the other side, we have the wire harness from the car. We'll plug in right here. Then we have 2 black jacks here. The top one is for the Bluetooth microphone that is included with the product. And the bottom one is for operating your steering wheel controls through a third-party adapter. And finally, we have the AM/FM antenna input from the car right here. And that is Pioneer's AVH200EX. And what's in the box?
Hey everyone, Seth coming to you from the Kenwood Training Department. Today we've got the new Kenwood Exelon DMX706S. This is a short chassis digital multimedia receiver that's Apple Carplay and Android Auto ready, and so much more. We'll first take a look and see what's inside of the box and then go through some of the feature highlights. Let's take a look. As you can see here, one of the things that makes the DMX706S so unique is its short chassis mounting depth. It comes in at just under 3 inches, as opposed to a traditional double-DIN receiver that comes in at 6 to 7 inches in mounting depth. This really helps to increase the installation flexibility options that you have, as well as it allows for fitment in many vehicles where a traditional double-DIN couldn't fit. Now let's take a look at what else comes inside the box. Taking a look inside of the box, first you'll see the wiring and power harness with the parking brake switch wire. Then you'll have the microphone for hands-free phone calls. Of course, the receiver itself, and then the new short chassis mounting cage with the trim bezel. Then you'll have the new removal tools, the mounting screws, and some paperwork like the instruction guide and the warranty card, as the Kenwood Exelon DMX706S includes a 2-year warranty. Now let's take a look at the back side of the receiver. First, you'll see the reverse wire to be used with a vehicle's reverse trigger when installing a backup camera. Next is the parking switch wire. Then you'll see the USB input. Next will be the front camera input. Then the video output. Below that, the video input. And to the left of that, the rear camera input. Next to that will be the Bluetooth microphone input. Then you'll have your audio output. And next to that will be your 3 sets of gold-plated 4-volt RCA pre-outs. Down below will be the AM/FM antenna input. Next, you'll see the audio input. Next to that is the input for the optional Sirius XM tuner, the SXV300. Next to that are your inputs for the optional iDataLink Maestro RR or RR2. And down below is your wiring power harness input. Now let's power the receiver on and take a look at the front. First, you'll have the IR sensor for the optional Kenwood KNA-RCDV331 remote control. Then you'll have your volume down and volume up buttons. Next to that is the attenuation button. Pressing this switches the attenuation of the volume from on to off. Next to that is the home button. Press this to display the home screen. Pressing and holding this for 1 second or more will turn the power off. When the power is off, press this again to turn the power back to on. Next to that is the menu button. This will display the pop-up menu screen. Pressing and holding this for 1 second or more will turn the display off. Next to that is the apps button. This will display the Apple Carplay or Android Auto screen if you have a phone connected. Pressing and holding this for 1 second or more will display the voice recognition screen. And next to that is the camera button. Press this to switch the camera display view from on to off. Thanks everyone for tuning in to the unboxing and feature highlights of the Kenwood Exelon DMX706S. We'll look forward to seeing you again next time!
Whee! What's up, everybody? It's Chris from Alpine Electronics. Today I want to talk to you about an awesome radio that you've probably heard about. ILX W650. So as you know, it's got a shallow chassis, it's a great system building tool, it's going to give you lots of room for upgrades, really bringing out that Alpine sound out of your vehicle. So today I want to take a little time and I want to go through some of the options that are offered on our ILX 650. First thing I want to do is show you something cool using Google Maps. Second thing I want to show you is our dual camera inputs. There's a lot more expandability and a lot more options for that on the ILX 650. Third, I'm going to talk to you about why we have a shallow chassis and the distinct advantage we have at Alpine. So check this out.
So if you go to Google Maps, you hit the little gear icon up here, you can select your traffic and turn on some live traffic. But another cool feature is if you hit satellite map, now it's going to give you a lot more detailed image. That looks awesome.
Man, now the 650 looks great using those Google Maps with that satellite view and that traffic. We're getting where we need to go safely. But let's talk about the second feature here, dual camera inputs. What do I need dual camera inputs for? Well, maybe you live in the city, right? And you're parallel parking. camera in the front and the back. Bam! Well, maybe you got a big RV, right? You're going on vacation, you're towing a vehicle behind you, but you need to see what's up top. Put that secondary camera there, change the label, now you got a nice clear view. Maybe you got a newer vehicle, right? And you got a left or right camera. Guess what? You can retain those and actually label it as such on the ILX W650. Check out this quick video. Let me break it down for you.
All right, so check it out. Let's select Setup. Now we're going to go to Camera. You'll see there's 3 pages. I can change and turn this rear camera on and off, and also the front camera. So we got front, side right and left, other 1 and 2. We can also relabel the primary. So now a distinct feature on page 2 is adjustment. So what's nice is we can actually do the brightness, the color, and the contrast. And this could also be done on the secondary camera. A lot of radios don't have that option, so we can really fine-tune the camera depending on where it's mounted. Page 3 is going to give us our rear camera guide adjustment. We could select that on and off. And now we can actually go to each individual cone and make adjustments. So if the camera's mounted off center, you can go ahead and fix your image right here to make sure that the backup lines are exactly where you need to. If you get messed up, you can hit reset and you're done.
So now let's talk about that shallow chassis. There's a method to our madness because we're forward thinking. We're Alpine. If you look on the back of this chassis, we got some mounting holes that just happen to work out for our KTA 450 amplifier, which is going to dock right onto the back of the unit.
So by utilizing dynamic peak power, we're able to get big amplifier sound out of a small package by docking the 450 on the 650.
That's pretty awesome, because now what we're talking about is you're going to save some money not needing an amplifier kit and all these additional cables and labor. You know it's a good idea. Now you saved all that money and you've got a lot more power coming out. We can add some speakers to it. We just built a whole Alpine system off of this 650, saving the money on the wires, reinvesting in some speakers, delivering that full Alpine sound. Awesome. So hopefully you learned something new about this ILX W650 that you might not have known before. Just how versatile this thing is and the options that you can get to expand and really build a full Alpine system. Once again, I'm Chris from Alpine Electronics.
This is Pioneer's AVHX 390BS. This is an in-dash AM/FM, CD, and DVD player with built-in support for Pandora and for Spotify and the navigation app Waze. It has built-in Bluetooth for hands-free calling and wireless streaming audio, and support for Sirius XM. Let's take a look and see what's in the box. All right. First up is the wire harness here for connecting power and ground and speakers and other items to the car. Next we have some installation screws, a package of install screws. Next we have a wireless remote control. There's the wireless remote. Then we have the USB extension, because the USB port is on the back of this head unit. We include the USB extension. And we have the Bluetooth microphone here. The Bluetooth microphone is about 10 feet long or so for very flexible installation. Then we have the warranty card, and we have the owner's manual. There's the owner's manual. Okay, let's pull the head unit up out of here. The front panel of the AVHX 390BS has a series of hard buttons in the vertical column right here. At the top we have the eject button and the disc slot. Here are the volume controls, and we can advance and roll back the track here. And here's the home button. You'll do most of your interaction with the head unit on the 6.2-inch touchscreen. The back panel for the AVHX 390BS has the brown jack up here for our optional NDBC8 backup camera. Here is the USB input, and remember this head unit includes a USB extension to bring the USB port up into the passenger compartment. The yellow jack up here is for adding on the optional AVIC U280 navigation system from Pioneer. Here we have red, white, and yellow. That's audio and video input, and we also have video output. Here we have 3 sets of RCAs for operating external amplifiers. They are front, rear, and sub, can also be operated as high, mid, and low. On the other side, we have the wire harness from the car plugs in right here. And the audio-video auxiliary input is right here. Our Bluetooth microphone plugs in right here. And we can operate our steering wheel controls through a third-party adapter plugged in right here. You'll plug in the optional SXV300 tuner from SiriusXM right here. And the AM/FM antenna input from the car is right here. And that is Pioneer's AVHX 390BS and what's in the box.